In this video, we will discuss the rock classification. So rocks are classified based on the basis of mode of formation. The rock types are igneous, sedimentary, and metamorphic. So let's discuss each. So igneous rocks derive from the Latin word ignis, which means fire. Hence, these rocks are formed when molten rock materials like magma or lava solidifies. Molten rock materials which solidify beneath the Earth's surface referred to as intrusive igneous rocks or plutonic rocks. When molten rock materials solidify at the Earth's surface, we call it as extrusive igneous rocks or volcanic rocks. So igneous rocks can be characterized by their texture and silica content. So for the texture, it describes the overall appearance of the igneous rocks based on the size, shape, and arrangement of the interlocking crystals. The rate of cooling affects the crystal size. So slow cooling will produce large crystals or coarse grain. Thus, the crystals or grain can be seen by naked eyes. On the other hand, rapid cooling results in the formation of small crystals or grain. Thus, the crystals or grain can be seen through the microscope. In terms of silica content, igneous rocks can be classified into felsic or granitic. These rocks contains more than 65% silica and they have light color. Next is intermediate or the andesitic rock. They have 55 to 65% silica and generally they have medium color or medium gray. Next is mafic or basaltic. These rocks contains 45 to 55% silica and generally they have dark color. Lastly is the ultramafic. These igneous rocks contains less than 45% silica and generally very dark colored. This is composed mainly of olivine and pyroxene, which are the major constituents of the upper mantle. This figure shows the types of igneous rocks based on the content of silica. The next classification of rock is the sedimentary rocks. Sedimentary rocks are rocks formed through accumulation, compaction, and cementation of sediments. They generally form at surface or near surface conditions. Sedimentary processes at or near the surface of the earth include weathering of rocks, sediment transport, and deposition, compaction, and cementation. So factors in sedimentary processes includes weathering and transport agents, which are water, wind, and ice. So common sedimentary features is that they have strata and fossils. So for strata, more than 1 centimeter is called bedding and anything less is called lamination. Layering is the result of a change in grain size and composition, and each layer represents a distinct period of deposition. Fossils, on the other hand, pertains to the remains and traces of plants and animals that are preserved in rocks. So sedimentary rocks can be classified based on their sources. First, we have the detrimental sedimentary rocks, which come from weathered rocks such as igneous rocks. Second is the chemical sedimentary rocks, which come from soluble material produced by chemical weathering. Detrimental sedimentary rocks are further classified based on dominant grain size. So this figure shows the type of sedimentary rocks based on their grain size. So we have the predominantly coarse grain, the predominantly medium grain, and the fine grain sedimentary rocks. Lastly is the metamorphic rocks. Metamorphic rocks are rocks that form from the transformation of pre-existing rocks. Could be igneous, sedimentary, or metamorphic rocks through the process of metamorphism. So metamorphism can involve changes in the physical and chemical properties of rocks in response to heat, pressure, and chemically active fluids. They are commonly formed underneath the earth through metamorphism. Metamorphism can be classified as contract or regional. So in contract metamorphism, heat is the main factor. It occurs when a pre-existing rocks get in contact with a heat source or magma. It occurs on a relatively small scale around the vicinity of intruding magma, thus creating non-foliated metamorphic rocks. On the other hand, in regional metamorphism, pressure is the main factor. It occurs in areas that have undergone deformation during orogenic event resulting in mountain belts. It occurs in a regional or large scale and creates foliated metamorphic rocks. So some non-foliated rocks like marble also form through regional metamorphism where pressure is not intense, far from the main geologic event. So this table shows the classification of metamorphic rock based on the texture, grain size, composition, and the metamorphic type. So that's all for today. See you when I see you.